I am about to do something really extreme. There it is. All right, let's get in here. Something big has to happen, and some of you will like it, some of you won't like it, but we're gonna make it happen. This tree is out of control. It's too big. I've got figs dropping. It's time to make a drastic change. I'm gonna explain that to you now. Okay, let me set the stage. There's a couple things going on here. One, Eddie just brought up a great point on a video he posted just yesterday. He mentioned that he loves figs being pruned at about 18 inches and getting scaffolding from down below. It makes for a shorter, squattier plant that provides tons of fruit if done right. Now, he posted that video in response to Lou, because the three of us have been talking daily, and Lou was making a really good point about cutting those figs off at a shorter height so that you can get the scaffolding. I think a lot of us are in agreement. This is absolutely the way to grow a fig tree in a pot and get the most amount of figs you can get. But when Eddie posted that video, he's showing us trees that are almost 12 feet tall. What gives? Well, we went back and forth and talked about it, and he is in absolute agreement with me, and I'm in absolute agreement with Lou, and Eddie's in absolute agreement with Lou, and Lou's in absolute agreement with both of us. So we're all in absolute agreement. The potted figs do look better and they perform better if pruned back at about 18 inches, so you can get some low scaffolding and then prune those back, and you just get a much stronger, more stable plant that will produce a ton of figs for you, and it's aesthetically pleasing. But there's one area that some of us differ in this little trio. Now, Lou prefers to nip the buds or to chop it off when it gets close to that height or a little bit over that height. And then as the branches come up, he likes to nip those as well and get it to branch as it's growing, or at least that's the impression I got. Lou, I hope I'm right. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I actually think it's very beneficial to grow a massive tree like this, to just leave it unchecked. Let it shoot up to the sky. Let it grow like crazy, form those massive leaves, get that height on it, and just absorb all the light and water and nutrients and energy it can get. I believe that when you nip it in the bud at 18 inches, it'll actually slow it down or stunt it in a way, not a bad way. What that actually does is it sends the hormones and the energy back down to the roots to develop a bigger root system, and then that energy comes back up and causes it to branch out at different places. But you still got a smaller tree. Whereas with this, it's just been growing like crazy. I'm going to come back and cut this thing in half and just knock it all back. And now it's got a much larger root system, a much thicker stalk, a lot more reserved energy to just shoot off and get all that branching quickly. Now, I had to wait to get it to this point to be able to do this. Whereas Lou would have nipped it in the bud and it would already be growing its scaffolding. So am I really saving any time? Maybe not. But I really like doing it this way because I believe it's just allowing it to get all this size on it and not stunt it at all. I don't know. Maybe you guys have something different to say about it. If you do, let me know because I'm very interested in this topic. The other advantage that Lou would have is if he's trying to create a very pleasing plant to look at or a bonsai style. You're not going to have some big chopped off ugly end coming out. Instead, when you nip things off in the bud, it kind of heals over well, branches out better, and it looks a lot nicer as an end result. So different camps to kind of look at, different camps to belong to. You guys let me know which camp you belong in. And without further ado, we are taking this outside. Oh, here we go again. And there she is in all her glory. All right, let's get one last look at this before we lop it off. We have got one beautiful tree here. That is in a 10-gallon pot. And so you can see, I mean, it's a good sized plant. We've got branching coming out everywhere. We've got a nice thick stalk. Look at this. This is this is a tree. I literally grew this in about a month and a half. This thing a month and a half ago was in a 1-gallon pot. I mean, that is absolutely amazing. Now, don't stress out. We're going to go back inside and we're going to talk about this in just a second. But I've got my tool of choice. All right, if you're gonna cringe, do it now. There it is. And while we're at it, let's take down this branch. All right, let's finish this off here. We're gonna take all these branches, all these figs. Don't worry, there's a method to my madness. We're gonna talk about all this in just a second. Eddie, please don't send the Italian mafia, the fig mafia, or the Lebanese mafia after me. So 2 things. First of all, relax. Everything's gonna be okay. And second of all, this is what all of this is about. This is what it's for. If we can't have fun with this and we can't experiment and we can't see what we can do with these things, what fun is it anyways? This is the kind of stuff that gets me excited. I love pruning, I love experimenting, and we're gonna see. We are gonna see exactly what is gonna happen with that fig tree after what I just did to it. So, I've been thinking about this for a while. I didn't do anything half-cocked and just crazy right out of nowhere. I have been considering doing this for weeks now. All of this is leading somewhere, and here's where it's leading. It's spring right now. Today is April 2nd. We're headed into warmer weather. Now, I live in the Pacific Northwest, so it's gonna be cooler for a little while longer, but my plan is this. This is my wife's fig. It wasn't doing as good as it could have been doing because it was indoors. I just don't believe it was ready for indoor atmosphere yet. But this is my wife's fig. She's gonna want fruit by the end of summer. I've got this beautiful fig tree. It's still beautiful, don't be so hard on it. It's a beautiful tree that has been growing strong for a couple months now. Like I said, I just up-potted this thing like a month and a half ago. But it's been growing strong. It's put on a ton of size. It's got a trunk that at the base is over 1 inch in diameter in just a short amount of time. This thing is warm, it's actively growing, it is primed and ready to head into the summer. So I'm gonna have it back in here. We're gonna keep it in this warm room under these bright lights, and I'm gonna get those new shoots coming off all along that trunk. And then when the weather's warmer out there, another month or so, I'm taking it outside. This thing is gonna finish outdoors. It's going to finish in a tray of water because this is my beast. It soaks up more water than any other fig I've got on this property. And so it will always have access to water. I'm going to fertilize it well, and I am hoping for a bumper crop for my wife on the Ben's Golden River side. And you guys are going to witness it. You're going to see once and for all whether this worked or it flopped. So let's get one last little look before we say goodbye for the day. Look at that trunk. Look at my hand in comparison. This amount of growth was put on in just a month and a half. All of this thick, woody, strong material. There's nothing green about that. That is thick, woody, strong material. And I've got something I want to show you in just a sec. But first, look at those buds. Look at those bud sites. And what's more, look at these little bumps. All these little bumps is where new growth wants to explode. Now, I don't necessarily want the new growth coming down this low. I may nip that back, like I did this one. In fact, you guys saw a short on this one where I just stripped all of the little bud sites that were coming out. And we left one branch, one bud at the top. And look at what it's done. I've had to take off a couple more buds that tried, but now we're going to have a nice tall tree right there. And it's going to look beautiful and be in a nice tree form. And it's got all this green vegetative growth. They're just little solar panels that are going to allow this thing to soak up those rays and just grow up like crazy if we just let it go. We'll come back later and prune that thing, but right now, we're just going to let it go. And it's not just going to have 1 billion little branches that are spindly coming off of it. Same thing with this. I'm not going to let 1 billion little branches come off of it. I'm going to let strategic branches come off of it up higher so that it can start turning into a tree with beautiful scaffolding. And hopefully by the end of summer, we're going to have some awesome, big, bulb type yellow fruit hanging from it. So after all of that, I went through all that material that I cut off of that fig, and I saved 2 fat, beautiful cuttings. These things are awesome. They're strong, they're sturdy, they're woody, and I believe they are just prime for rooting. Let's get a closer look here. Check out these cuttings. Look at that. They're just big, thick, fat, hardened off cuttings. And I think they're going to be beautiful for rooting. Now the question is, what do we do with these? What do we do with these? Please, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. In the past, in these videos, I've let you take the steering wheel and drive it where you want it to go. So help me out here. Where do you guys want this to go? What do you want to do with these cuttings? All right, so that's all I've got for you today. We covered a lot in a short amount of time. We did a lot in a short amount of time, but I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be interesting, and I think we're going to all learn something. Whether this goes completely off the rails and haywire, or whether it turns into exactly what we want it to turn into. A beautiful Christmas fig with big yellow ornaments hanging off of it come fall. We'll see what happens. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this one, do me a favor. First of all, let me know what we're going to do with these. And second of all, hit the like button. Subscribe, follow along, or if you want to follow along and see where all this goes. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I'll see you. Oh, by the way, go check out Lou's channel and Eddie's channel. They just posted those videos a couple days ago. I'll put links to their channels down in the description below. Have a fantastic week, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios.